Now on 4 News Now at 6, I'm tracking critical fire weather conditions and the return of triple-digit heat tomorrow. It's only going to get hotter. I'll let you know when it will reach its peak in your First Alert forecast.
Plus, concerns over mail-in ballots in Washington. We find out who is in charge of making sure our elections are secure and show how observers are trained.
Plus, lithium batteries, potential time bombs in many homes, how a new program could help protect you and your property tonight at 6:30. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
And we're tracking a wildfire in Latah County that's forcing families from their home tonight. The Latah County Sheriff's Office is now asking for anyone with information on the cause of the Texas Ridge Fire to please come forward. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. The Texas Ridge Fire is burning east of the town of Kendrick, about 45 minutes southeast of Moscow. Here's a look at the latest evacuation map. Anyone living in the area in red here needs to get out now if you haven't already.
The Latah County Sheriff's Office says an evacuation center is ready at Kendrick High School. Lewiston Roundup is also accepting livestock. We will continue to bring you the latest on this fire, both here on TV and on KXLY.com.
In Grant County, people living near Electric City, just outside of Grand Coulee, need to be ready to leave because of a wildfire burning near town. Level 2 evacuations, meaning get set to leave, are in place for anyone living near Sunny Drive over to 5th Street. Here's a photo of the fire from the Sheriff's Office. This is a developing story, and we will continue to update you as we learn more. Now, because of our increased fire risk tomorrow, our team of weather experts have declared tomorrow a weather alert day.
And it's not just because of the heat. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see what else has fire crews on high alert.
Well, it is the last thing that we want to see. Thunderstorms producing dry lightning and the gusty winds that come along with those thunderstorms. For Wednesday, a weather alert day for the entire region, but it is a red flag warning or fire weather warning for the area shaded in pink on your screen from 11 a.m. through midnight on Wednesday. Again, dry lightning with such dry fuels already in place. Lightning that reaches the ground, but the precipitation evaporates before it reaches the ground, and then those thunderstorms producing erratic outflow boundary winds, making things even harder on firefighters. The Storm Prediction Center has zeroed in on this area, the Okanagan Highlands and Valleys, the Waterville Plateau, western portions of the Columbia Basin, and along the east slopes of the Cascades as the greatest risk for dry lightning tomorrow. However, there is also a chance in portions of the southern panhandle and really all around the region as we get into Wednesday. Here's 1 o'clock Wednesday, the red indicating isolated lightning strikes. As we go through the afternoon, we see most of the activity along the east slopes and into the Okanagan area, but there's still some dry thunderstorm activity potential on the Palouse and really around the entire region, and it just takes one of those lightning strikes, so we are going to be keeping a very close eye on those. High temperature tomorrow of 100 degrees. And there is even hotter weather coming in the 7-day forecast. More weather alert days to tell you about for excessive heat coming up in the 7-day forecast, Eric.
All right, Chris, thank you. With hot temperatures in the forecast, air conditioning is in high demand, but getting it fixed can be a challenge. Some air conditioning companies are already scheduling appointments a few weeks out. Amanda French of AF Honest Home Services says you'll have to wait at least a few days for an HVAC worker to come to your home. But for some companies, it could take up to a few weeks. She says the best way to get your AC installed or fixed quickly is to call a repair company as soon as you can.
If you haven't looked into buying an air conditioner in quite a while, especially if you didn't look at it before COVID and you haven't looked since COVID happened, prices have definitely changed a lot. COVID hit our industry pretty hard.
French says the demand for air conditioning will probably go up as long as the heat wave continues. She often recommends replacing older air conditioners because they become too expensive to fix. Coming up at 6:30, we'll hear more about what you can do to save some money with your air conditioning. Well, here's a live look inside the Republican National Convention, where former presidential candidate Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis are set to speak later tonight to show support for former President Donald Trump. Plus, Trump and his new running mate, J.D. Vance, are expected to make an appearance. We have live convention coverage on the homepage of KXLY.com.
And this is a big election year here in the Inland Northwest, with multiple races and initiatives that will shape policies in Washington and Idaho. We've heard concerns over election security, especially with mail-in ballots. One viewer even asked us to reassure voters that our vote counts, that mail-in ballots are handled honestly. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yards explains who's in charge of watching the drop boxes and how they're trained.
Kirsten, election observers are in charge of keeping an eye on the election process. Their role is to make sure everything runs fairly and observe the process every step of the way. Here in Spokane, we have Republican Party observers, Democratic Party observers, and drop box observers. I spoke with observers from both parties who tell me taking on this position has helped strengthen their trust in the elections.
Wanting to know for sure what the process is.
Sally Phillips came to the Spokane election office with her husband this morning for their election observer training. This will be her second time being an observer. She says she was interested in the role because she was curious about what makes the election process safe and reliable.
Some people don't realize how much verification there is.
Each state has a different training process and rules for election observers. Here in Washington, observers are appointed through political parties, campaigns, and candidates. They are trained not to interfere with the election process, but simply watch it every step of the way, from when centers open to when votes are counted. Yeah. Gloria Higgins has been an observer for over 6 years. She says the role has helped grow her confidence in the election process.
I've gotten more faith in our system because I don't think I had as much faith before.
Here in Spokane, there are close to 200 trained observers for the upcoming election. 8 observers are in a facility at a time, of which 3 are Republicans, 3 are Democrats, and 2 are from candidates and campaigns. Phillips believes that if people saw the process the way she gets to, it would help with the growing mistrust in elections.
I think that if people came to see what it looks like here, at least in Washington, that would allay their fears.
The election office in Spokane County told me it has seen an increase of people signing up to be observers in recent years. If you are interested in the position, keep in mind that it runs during typical work hours. You can contact the Democratic and Republican parties for more information on how to become an election observer. Live in studio, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Well, this year we want to focus on the races that impact you. So between now and Election Day, you can share your questions with us, and it will help drive our coverage. We'll make sure you're well informed when you cast your vote. To find the places to submit your questions online, just go to KXLY.com/forthepeople. You can also take out your phone right now and scan this QR code with your camera. It will take you to KXLY.com, where you can sign up for the For the People newsletter. We'll send the stories we're working on right to your inbox so you can read them when it's convenient for you.
Well, today, the Spokane County Commissioners voted to add a sales tax renewal to your November ballot. The renewal is a 0.1%, and the funds are only used for juvenile detention facilities and jails. The county says that this tax has been renewed multiple times, most recently in 2015. Last year, it generated close to $16 million, and that money went toward juvenile correction officers, medical staff, and administration. A part of it also went toward funding the jail.
Well, this comes as Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown is proposing a separate sales tax for the exact same amount. That money would go to fund several public safety initiatives. This still needs to be approved by the City Council before it can be replaced, or not replaced, but placed on the ballot, excuse me. Well, the next chapter for WSU Athletics has begun, and McCoy was introduced as the university's new athletic director this afternoon.
Sports Director Julian Minnesota is live in Pullman for us tonight. And Julian, what are McCoy's plans for the future of WSU?
Well, Kirsten, Derek, there are way too many. I mean, she's got a laundry list of items she wants to address as AD, but the one at the top of the list right now is conference realignment. WSU was on the outside looking in when the Pac-12 collapsed. She understands the position the Cougars are in and now has until the summer of 2026 to find the university a new home. The next on the list is financial stability. As we previously reported, the university is cutting athletic department spending by $11 million this fiscal year, which started July 1st. That was due to the lack of revenue stream from the implosion of the Pac-12. So for McCoy, it's all about finding that balance between competing like a Power 5 university and also being financially responsible.
I think it's really going to come down to prioritizing our resources and what we think will be the best use of those resources going forward. You know, certainly we have a good path about what this fiscal year that just started looks like. We have a good sense of the fiscal year after that, but then, you know, we really need to evaluate what our revenue sources will be. And so it's extremely important to know what the budget we have to work with is so that then we can prioritize the resources to give our coaches those tools they need.
WSU and Oregon State will have their games broadcasted on the CW or Fox this upcoming season. That payout is reportedly less than in previous years, which is natural, but it's about exposure rather than dollar signs for Washington State right now. And coming up at 6:30, what McCoy had to say about possibly rebuilding the Pac-12 and how viable option is that. Live in Pullman, Julian Minnesone, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Prime Day is underway, and that means scammers are using it to try to gain access to your bank accounts.
We know that scammers like to prey on people who are online shopping.
The signs to look out for so you don't get scammed coming up.
And the Archdiocese of Washington now says it is willing to turn over credible information on clergy members accused of abuse in recent decades. Why one survivor says it's so important to lift a veil that has weighed heavily on abuse victims. That's next on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
Some days I don't know what's harder, herding cattle or 3 kids.
Really, Mom?
I'm Jacqueline Maycumber. Our hands are always pretty full and a little dirty, but we make it work like so many in Eastern Washington.
In D.C., Jacqueline Maycumber will work for us. A former law enforcement officer, a rancher, a conservative. She'll seal the border and won't take any bull from Biden.
I'm Jacqueline Maycumber, and I approve this ad.
Due May tomorrow. Wake up to a super fun, totally unpredictable morning. And say good morning to Shaq live and John Stamos live.
Good morning, America.
Tomorrow on
Good Morning America.
Emma? My name's Emma, too. Are you? Yeah, you. In a few years. How? You went back to school. Finished your degree.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is proud to provide American-made products. It's our mission to source sustainable quality goods that are built to last. Shop our showroom of beautifully crafted furniture that is handmade in the USA. And enjoy 15% off. Our designers would love to help you craft a space you love and want to share. Ironstone Furniture and Fire, outdoor living and inside comfort.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Frozen is Disney's latest hit Broadway musical. From the producer of The Lion King comes the show audiences and critics are melting for. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th through August 4th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Children's Miracle Network provides hope and life-saving services to children undergoing treatment. The nonprofit relies on donations to help kids like Abigail.
Abigail was born with a heart defect that required open heart surgery. Thanks to community support, Children's Miracle Network was alongside her family every step of the way.
Thursday, July 18th, for every drink sold at Spokane area Dutch Bros, Numerical will donate $1 up to $10,000 to Children's Miracle Network. Let's make miracles happen one cup at a time. Cheers!
Survivors and advocates are calling on the Seattle Archdiocese to release alleged documents they have that contain evidence of clergy abuse at all 3 Washington state dioceses.
This comes after a Washington state judge rejected Attorney General Bob Ferguson's request to enforce a subpoena against the Seattle Archdiocese over its handling of sexual abuse cases. Marissa Rio heard from victims and advocates today and joins us now live from the Cathedral of Our Lady of Our Lords with their stories.
Well, Derek and Kirsten, we learned in May that the Attorney General also subpoenaed the Catholic Diocese of Spokane. Now, clergy abuse survivors and advocates say they recently gave the Attorney General over 7,000 pages that reveals evidence of clergy abuse and cover-up from all 3 Washington state dioceses, and that includes here in Spokane.
I'm a survivor of priest and nun abuse.
As Mary Dispenza says those brave words, she points to a picture of herself when she was only 7 years old, the age she suffered abuse by the Catholic Church in Los Angeles. Now she stands strong, advocating for others here in Washington. At her feet were photos of over 150 clergymen advocates say were credibly accused of sexual abuse, some from the Catholic Diocese of Spokane.
I also am here to ask and demand that the files be released. And the person who can do that, and the only person who can do that, is the bishop. So I ask Bishop Daley to do the right thing.
That's what they're calling for the Washington Catholic Church to lift the veil of secrecy so no other child is abused.
It includes personnel files, victim testimonies, these types of things that kind of help us piece together exactly, what happened over a period of time, who knew about it, and really importantly, to the Attorney General's point, how were church funds used to facilitate all of this.
They also encourage whistleblowers and survivors to come forward. As a survivor, Mary says she knows the fear that comes with that, but
I can also assure you that in doing that, there's a sense of power that you regain.
The Attorney General did say in a statement that he plans to appeal the court's decision regarding the subpoena. And the Associated Press also reported that the Seattle Archbishop is set willing to work with Ferguson and turn over relevant records in a lawful manner. Live in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Well, today was our 15th straight day of above average temperatures, as well as our 12th straight day of 90-degree or higher temperatures, and we have many, many more yet to come. I'll tell you about a heat advisory and the scorching weather on the way for the weekend. May have our hottest day of the season so far.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by Lewis Clark Valley.
It's 4th of July at Wendell Ford. All month long, we're celebrating freedom, innovation, and the spirit of America. Ford, 0 down, no payments for 90 days, 0% APR.
Mach-E, F-150, Explorer, Escape. It's 4th of July at Wendell Ford.
We make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana.
In the state Senate, I lowered taxes and helped seniors and veterans. And this year, I fought against the big spenders that wanted to increase your property taxes. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message because your family deserves to keep more of your hard-earned money.
Woo! How you doing back there, son? Living my best life, Dad!
It's the Coeur d'Alene Casino's $257,000 trucks and boatloads of winning giveaway. On July 27th, play to win extra play cash and a 2024 Chevy Colorado Trail Bus or a 16-foot low fish and ski boat grand prize.
Are we done yet? This is getting heavy! We can do this all day, son!
Make your summer dreams a reality with our $257,000 trucks and boatloads of winning giveaway.
Winning is just the beginning.
The DQ freezer is opening. All the Blizzard flavors of the past call it home. But which one is making a triumphant return? It's the unshareable salted caramel truffle Blizzard. Back for a limited time. Salted caramel truffles. toffee pieces, Choco Chunks. Yep, he's getting his own. Hurry in and get this flavor before the DQ freezer closes.
It's 4th of July at Wendell Ford.
Enjoy a fireworks show of incredible deals all month long.
Escape, Edge, or the Bronco Sport Wild Edition. Lease payments as low as $369 per month.
Huge selection.
Join us for 4th of July at Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Around the Northwest, some photos you have to see to believe of crews in Oregon carrying a Great Pyrenees down Saddle Mountain. They had a lot of people helping out with this because crews say that pup was 160 pounds and he cut his paws on wire fencing on the trail. And I guess the wire fencing is there to help with traction, so if you have your boots on, it's fine. But crews say this has happened before, and even though dogs are allowed on the trail, it's really not pet friendly.
That's a big dog to try to get down the mountain, though.
Yeah.
Big old dog.
Yeah, that is a tough day's work.
Poor guy, though. I hope he's doing okay.
Beautiful. Love Great Pyrenees. And this type of weather is not Great Pyrenees weather. No dogs, I would think, enjoy this kind of heat. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. A little more serious turn to this, unfortunately. We've got some dry lightning on Wednesday, very high fire danger, more 90s, more triple digits, and very hot again this weekend. Just as you might start getting acclimated, I certainly have not gotten acclimated. It's still very hot, but we're going to ramp it up back into those low triple digits again. A heat advisory goes through Thursday. It's not going to be as hot, although we are going to make a run at 100 tomorrow. And expect that this will continue. Just because it ends on Thursday, the heat definitely does not. Tomorrow's high temperatures, a lot of places in the hundreds, including Spokane at 100 degrees, Bonners Ferry 100, 103 in Omak, and Moses Lake 106 in Lewiston. Our temperature trend over the next 7 days, this white line is our average high. We are very close to the hottest time of the year climatologically. That arrives next week. We are going to be at our coolest this week at 99, and then we're back up to 105 on Sunday. That would be the warmest we've been so far this season, and then easing back down into the mid-90s by Tuesday. If this is taking a toll on you, do not be surprised. It is so unusual to have this extended streak of 90-plus degree days. I do have a weather alert days for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday once we're getting up once again above 100 degrees for the entire region for that excessive heat. Let's take a look now at our weather pattern starting off at our current time. We've got this disturbance down over southern Oregon that is headed our way. That's what's going to be the trigger for those dry thunderstorms around the region. There may be some precipitation. It's probably just going to be a sprinkle or two. You're not going to get a heavy downpour with these systems, but that lightning it is very hot and can be a real problem in terms of new fire starts, not only because of the lightning, but then the gusty, erratic outflow boundary winds that may drive existing fires, because those winds can travel a great distance, but fan whatever new fire starts we might get. Again, tomorrow's temperatures will be in the triple digits and the 90s, and then we're headed into 103 on Saturday, 105 on Sunday, and 103 on Monday before we cool down. May get a sprinkle tomorrow, but then there is no sign of precipitation through the 7-day forecast. Kirsten.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, a smoldering cigarette leaves the Viking Bar and Grill with significant fire damage.
Yeah, 4 News Now's Allison Martinez was live at the scene this morning and joins us with the latest information.
The Viking Bar and Grill is a Spokane favorite. Earlier this morning, the front of the building was covered in flames, leaving debris like this door here scattered in the parking lot. On your screen is a photo from the business's security footage, which helped determine the cause of the fire. The footage shows a cigarette smoldering in a planter through the night and growing into flames early this morning. Multiple people noticed the flames and called the fire department, who were able to put out the fire quickly. Firefighters say the inside of the building wasn't damaged by flames, but it's unclear how serious the smoke damage may be. Thankfully, nobody was inside or hurt. Keep up with the Viking on Facebook to learn when they'll reopen and how you can support the business during this time. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Well, lithium-ion batteries are in everything from our cell phones to electric toothbrushes, but they can be dangerous. How a new program can help protect your home, coming up on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Dove Men gives you healthier, smoother feeling skin to celebrate life's intense moments. Use Dove Men Body Wash with its 24-hour nourishing micro-moisture. Enjoy healthier, smoother feeling skin all day with Dove Men Body Wash.
Frizz, dryness, breakage. New Dove 10-in-1 Serum Hair Mask with Peptide Complex fortifies hair bonds at a molecular level. Helps reverse 10 signs of damage in 1 minute. Keep living. We'll keep repairing.
Do you like this one? I think this is my favorite. Okay. Hon, what do you think of this one?
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
Wow, is this going to be ready in time for the baby?
Absolutely. From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Welcome to the Drive Like a Pro League. Today we've got Kevin facing off against his Thursday commute. Let's see if he can bring that safety A game. He's off. He makes room for a cyclist, and he's already got pedestrians up ahead. He gets the stop. Incredible. Let's take another look at that. Kevin showing excellent technique. As soon as he approaches the crosswalk, he applies that inside brake pressure. The crowd can't believe it. Be like Kevin. Drive like a pro.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just 1 day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
I'm Mike Kelly. As a business owner and citizen, I feel Olympia's overreach, just like you. That's why I'm running for Washington State Senate District 4 to push back.
Mike Kelly will safeguard families, secure a prosperous future, and is committed to accountability.
Washington's made mistakes, but there's hope. I know because I've made mistakes and made a comeback. So let's work together, because Washington's worth saving.
Paid for by Mike Kelly for Washington, Republican.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
Welcome back. We are in the middle of Prime Day, and people all over the country are taking advantage of all of Amazon's deals, including you, Kirsten.
Yes, I've been bragging to everyone in the newsroom that I bought a vacuum. And I know that sounds silly, but hey, you know what? You can get a great deal if you search a little bit.
Sure.
But where there are great deals, there are also scammers trying to trick you out of your hard-earned money.
A lot of retailers are having their big July sales at this point, so we know that scammers like to prey on people who are online shopping. If it's an inbox message, if it's a social media message, if it's a fake website that pops up, this is the time that we do see this type of activity.
So experts say the biggest hoaxes Amazon sees are over Prime Day and Prime memberships. So they include Prime memberships and order confirmations.
Be very careful with any emails that come into your inbox. Know what you've subscribed to. Take a really close look at the email to see if there's any telltale signs of a scam email. Don't be so quick to give up your personal information.
Yeah, Amazon says customers can report scams on their website. If a shopper purchases a counterfeit item detected by the company, Amazon says that it will proactively contact the customer and provide a refund. But check that out before you buy. And hey, if you're trying to find the safest car for your teen without breaking the bank, we have some advice for you.
Nowadays, there's a variety of choices available, allowing you to strike a balance between safety and affordability.
Consumer Report shares its top picks and what to look out for when you're picking out the perfect car for your young driver. We'll show you their recommendations tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest starting at 5 o'clock. We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including what you can do to keep cool over the next few days if your AC is out. Plus, how to properly dispose of your batteries and prevent fires like this from happening. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's a good day for a drive. Great day for a deal.
Perfection Tire carries a full line of Cooper tires with advanced safety features, warranties, and competitive pricing.
Save even more with Cooper Tire rebates going on now. Nobody beats perfection.
Former President Trump, the assassination attempt, the shooter and at least one bystander confirmed dead. Stay with ABC News and David Muir reporting live on World News Tonight and with special coverage of the Republican National Convention tonight on ABC.
Welcome to the Summer Roundup this week at Cal. Over 300 rigs have been strategically priced low, and $44 down is all you need.
We're not horsing around with these special buys.
During the Summer Roundup this week at Cal.
Every food you love is good food. And the foods we love, they're all a little different. At Yolks, we believe food is meant to be made just the way you like it. So whether it's filling you up, or giving you comfort, or trying something new, it's all good if you're making something you love. Whatever you're into, we've got you at Yolks Fresh Market.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals. Upgrade your home with the new Bosch dishwasher for just $6.99. Unmatched efficiency and state-of-the-art features. Dishes come out spotless every time. Enjoy exceptional savings and top-tier performance with this premium appliance. The Precision Wash system uses intelligent sensors to scan and check the progress of dishes throughout the cycle, while the Eco Silence motor systems ensures a quiet operation. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
We're Ken and Donnie.
We're not brother and sister.
We're not husband and wife.
She's not my daughter.
He's not just arm candy.
Hey.
We're not bulldogs.
And we're not hammers.
What we are, we're advocates.
And so if you've been injured, we fight for you.
The insurance companies know us.
And they know we're ready to go to court.
Our record shows we do what it takes to win.
If you've been seriously injured in a crash,
you deserve more than just a law firm.
You deserve an advocate. Arm candy.
Regular visits to your local Perfection Tire can ensure your car's safety and dependability.
With factory recommended maintenance, you increase your fuel efficiency as well as maintain your vehicle's value.
Nobody beats perfection.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, as the extremely hot weather continues, air conditioners are in high demand.
Yeah, one local air conditioning company says it could take days or even weeks to get yours installed or fixed. Derek Strom has more on what you can do to stay cool.
It's been hot. It is hot. It's likely going to stay hot as well. And if you're worried about air conditioning, whether that's getting a new one installed or getting an old one fixed, depending on what company you call, getting a technician to come out, do that could take you a while. You might be on the waiting list for at least a few days, if not weeks.
The longer things go on, the further out it's possible to get pushed. Last week we were trying to be able to see people within 48 hours. This week we're looking at, 3 or 4 days now.
Amanda French is the owner of AF Honest Home Services in Spokane, and she says her business is getting more calls every day for air conditioners. She says there's an even split of people who want a new air conditioner installed or an old one fixed or replaced. She often recommends replacing older air conditioners because they become too expensive to fix.
If you're trying to get it fixed, a lot of older units are going to have, generally, it's 50-50 shot. You're going to have a cheap repair, it's going to be a couple $100, or the repair is big enough that we recommend a new one when they're older.
French says the longer the heat wave lasts, the more demand there will be for air conditioners. She recommends reaching out as soon as possible if you want your AC installed or repaired.
If you're looking to get one replaced, get one newly installed, keep in mind that a lot of companies are starting to book out a little bit, and waiting overnight might mean the difference between getting an air conditioner in a couple days and having to wait a couple more days than that.
And if you're concerned about filtering smoke out of your home this summer, especially if you don't have air conditioning, there are still ways you can prepare. Organizations like 350 Spokane show people how to build a DIY filter using a box fan. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, besides the extreme heat, we're also tracking some dry lightning and strong winds on the way.
That, paired with increased fire risk, is why our team of weather experts have declared tomorrow a weather alert day. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker explains when conditions are expected to potentially improve.
Well, it will be quite a while before we see the heat improve. The dry lightning, though, is a one-day event, thankfully, tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow night for the entire region. And that dry lightning, that's when the lightning reaches the ground, but the precipitation does not. It evaporates. We could see a sprinkle or two, but nowhere near enough precipitation to offset the damage that a lightning strike can do on our very dry fuels. Here's a look at the fire weather warning. It goes into effect at 11 a.m. and continues all the way until midnight tomorrow for the area shaded in pink on your screen. And the gusty winds coming from the thunderstorms themselves, those outflow boundary winds, they're erratic, difficult to pinpoint, but can travel great distances and not only fan the flames of any new fires that may occur tomorrow, but existing fires as well. We have the best chance to see that dry lightning, the east slopes of the Cascades and southern portions of the Idaho Panhandle. But our lightning activity tracker, here's 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, shows that lightning could occur any place through the western Columbia Basin. Wouldn't rule out a few lightning strikes right around Spokane. A better chance as we get along the east slopes of the northern Cascades and the Canadian border. However, down on the Palouse, we may also see some thunderstorm activity. So even though there are some areas that are more susceptible than others, basically the entire region, we have that threat. It is going to be hot tomorrow. There is a heat advisory for the region. 100 in Spokane, Ritzville, 104 in Grand Coulee, and 103 in Moses Lake and Omak. 106 in Lewiston and 100 degrees in Bonners Ferry. Right around the Spokane area, triple-digit heat, 101 at both 9 Mile and Meade, as well as Spokane Valley, even in the 90s in Spirit Lake, mid-90s in Spirit Lake, and 99 in Coeur d'Alene. Your forecast for Wednesday, we start off at 66. High of 100 in Spokane. It is a weather alert day because of the dry lightning. 85 is our average high. For what it's worth, because there are no 80s in the 7-day forecast. In fact, even hotter weather for the weekend. I will let you know what to expect and tell you about some of the records we're making a run at in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
All right, thanks, Chris. And we'll be keeping a close watch on our region for any potential fire starts. Download the 4 News Now app and turn on notifications so you get the alerts as soon as possible in case of an emergency.
Well, grief support is now being offered at Lewis and Clark High School for kids struggling with the death of 2 of their classmates. Over the weekend, investigators say 33-year-old Jesse Roulier was driving under the influence on Highway 27 near Rockford when he crossed the center line, crashing head-on into 18-year-old Rogan Morrell and 17-year-old Jeanette Morgan. Morrell and Morgan died at the scene, while a third teen was taken to the hospital by life flight with broken bones and a serious head injury.
Battery Smart Spokane is a new multi-agency initiative aiming to promote safe usage and disposal of lithium-ion batteries in our communities. Those batteries are found in a lot of different things that we use every day. However, improper use of them can create substantial safety risks.
So how can you keep your family safe when using these products? And what signs should you look for that may show they're malfunctioning? Our Hunter Bertram has those answers and shows us the products you might not know have these batteries.
Lithium-ion batteries are most likely in your house right now. They can be found in products like your smartphone, maybe the batteries for a remote, and even in a battery that's used for a power tool.
They're in the products we love. Even your rechargeable toothbrush can be equipped with this kind of battery. But despite how nice they are in powering our lives, they also are the root cause of many everyday fires in our communities.
The last couple fires we've had in the city of Spokane, they've been charging them at night.
It's an increasing problem, Deputy Chief Lance Dahl tells me. Members of our community doing what seems to be fine, charging our electronics and our phones while we charge ourselves during a night's sleep.
They're plugged in next to their bed, and instead of being set on the dresser where they're out in the open and can dissipate that heat as they charge, they get tucked under a pillow,
creating a safety risk.
Pouch batteries are in your cell phone. They're really thin, and if they break or crack open, they'll start to spark and go off. They'll start to self-oxygenate, turn into a little torch.
One way in preventing that is, of course, not charging a lithium-ion battery when you're not around, but also taking care of your devices and replacing a battery.
When you notice you're getting less run time, any swelling of the battery that you can see, maybe your phone is bulging, or your iPad is, the screen starting to come off by itself.
And when your device starts to show signs of distress or bulging, what's going on inside might look like this.
If it does, it's no longer safe and time to replace. For more tips keeping your family safe when using these batteries, head to KXLY.com. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, the city also announced a new website called Battery Smart Spokane. There you can find all kinds of information, including how to safely charge, store, and dispose of your batteries. Batteries are considered hazardous waste and can be dangerous if not thrown out properly. We'll take a look at this video from the Spokane Waste-to-Energy facility, where you can see a fire the city says was caused by a lithium-ion battery. The city says this was one of 2 fires that have started in the last 2 months. So what are you supposed to do with your old batteries? You can take them to one of these 3 disposal transfer stations across Spokane County. To find the one that's closest to you, just look for this story on KXLY.com.
A teacher who sexually abused one of his students in the 1980s has cost the Cheney School District millions of dollars. That former student recently shared her story with our Robin Nance. Sarah Bachman Rhodes met Michael Alstad when he was hired as the band director at Cheney High School. She says teachers and staff members knew Alstad began inappropriately touching and sexually abusing a teenage student, and that it went on for 2 years. Because of the statute of limitations for Sarah's case, then they had passed, Alstad could not be criminally charged in her case, but she filed a civil case against the Cheney School District, and the court awarded her $3 million.
I was their kid, like I was the district's kid, and they looked the other way, and then when they had an opportunity to do something, they didn't.
Sarah hopes cases like hers open people's eyes to what she calls an epidemic of child sex abuse in schools and other institutions. To read the school district's full response to this case and watch Robin's special report, you can find the story right now on KXLY.com. Well, it has been a tumultuous year for the Washington State Cougars,
to say the least. First, the Pac-12 dissolved almost overnight, and then the university lost its athletic director to their bitter rival.
Yeah, while conference situation is still up in the air, the Cougs took care of finding their next AD, and today they formally introduced Ann McCoy as the 15th athletic director in program history. Coming up, our Julian Minnesone has a live report from Pullman after talking to McCoy about how she plans to lead the school into the future.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture. Dan the Piano Man is now Dan the Moving Man, and he would like to thank you for helping with the transition. He now specializes in relocating your most prized possessions from point A to point B with care and efficiency. He's earned the reputation of trust by helping generations of homeowners move their belongings and helping seniors to downsize. He also offers climate-controlled storage, short or long-term, for your possessions. Need your piano moved? Dan can expertly relocate it and provide tuning and repair. Call or click today for a free estimate on your moving job. Dan the Moving Man, serving Eastern Washington and North Idaho.
The summer has finally arrived, and that means barbecues on the back deck. And nobody knows decking better than the decking pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
Choose from the best selection of PVC, composite, and solid wood decking, with lots of color choice options, including railings. And local delivery is available if you need it, so you can have a beautiful deck for summer.
Windsor Plywood.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to NeuroStim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
This summer, don't sweat it. Bill's Heating and AC has you covered with the best prices on air conditioners and heat pumps, guaranteed. With over 3,000 five-star reviews, we're the locally owned company you can trust. Our expert technicians provide fast, reliable service to ensure your home stays comfortable all season long. And should you ever have an issue, we're open 7 days a week to provide immediate help. So what are you waiting for? Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote today.
Next ET, our John and Hannah Gosselin exclusive.
It's a kind of different lifestyle.
The latest on their father-daughter weight loss journey. Plus, our Big Brother House Challenge is on. Next ET.
Watch Entertainment Tonight at a special time. Tonight at 10 on KXLY ABC4.
A step toward freedom for teens and a new set of worries for parents. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. A new teen driver in your house can bring all sorts of stress, but the right ride can save lives. How to balance cost and safety tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Well, that was four-time Grammy-nominated singer Ingrid Andress, who says she was drunk during her performance at Major League Baseball's Home Run Derby and is now checking herself into rehab. Critics flooded the singer's social media account with memes reacting to the star-spangled spectacle. Comments on her Instagram have been disabled, but she's far from the first performer to be challenged by the anthem. Stars like Michael Bolton and Fergie have also been criticized for their renditions.
I have seen some people say Fergie has a redemption story now, so I don't know about that.
We'll see, I suppose.
I don't know.
All right, a lot going on in the sports world today. Let's send it over to Alex Crescenti.
Yeah, over the past year, we've seen 10 schools jump from the Pac-12 to join other conferences, leaving Washington State and Oregon State with really uncertain futures. Today, a bit of clarity as WSU introduced the new athletic director, Ann McCoy. Our sports director, Julian Minnesone, joins us live from Pullman. And Julian, does McCoy think rebuilding the Pac-12 is a real possibility?
Well, Alex, it's one of the possibilities that's on the table right now. Remember, Washington State and Oregon State have a 2-year grace period to operate as the Pac-2. And in that time, they're going to be waiting and watching and keeping all options open on the table to decide the future for both schools. Now, when it comes to Washington State, they have a partnership with the Mountain West this upcoming season in football, a scheduling alliance for the football teams. As for basketball and other sports, they're going to be affiliate members of the WCC for the next 2 years. For McCoy, one of the biggest things when it comes to conference affiliation is to keep power conference status. She says realignment isn't over, and the goal is to get WSU a seat at the table when that happens.
I think we're all watching, even if you're not at one of these two schools, Washington State or Oregon State, you're watching it really diligently because it's unprecedented in college athletics, what we're going through. And I think although Washington State certainly was one of the first schools to go through this, we by no means are the last. And so we're watching everything really closely.
And finding WSU a new conference home is #1 on McCoy's to-do list. She has until summer 2026 to do so. Alex.
Yeah, Julian, we heard in her opening remarks today, while they're not talking publicly about conference affiliation, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, so it seems like she's maybe hinting a decision might come sooner than later.
And that's the hope. And look, with the scheduling alliance with the Mountain West and the affiliation with the WCC for the next 2 years in the various amounts of sports, think of those as a trial run for Washington State and Oregon State to see how they can coexist with each respective conference. Another big thing to talk about is, of course, the media deal with the CW and Fox for next season, broadcasting Washington State and Oregon State football games. Now, the payout is going to be a lot less than in normal years, but for both schools, it's about exposure over dollar signs right now. And that's the biggest thing for Washington State and Oregon State, because exposure leads to more eyeballs. And if you're successful on the field, then ultimately when it realigns once again, which Ann McCoy is planning, you get a seat at that power conference table. Alex.
Thank you, Julian. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We've got dry lightning potential on the way for Wednesday, creating high fire danger. More 90s and triple digits in the forecast, and it is going to be very hot this weekend. I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here,
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
I mean, I have to have it.
Is this you? Finding something you can't live without, but your card is... Adding your P1FCU MasterCard to your mobile wallet makes checking out easy online and at the register.
Almost there. Oh.
Open your free Ascend checking account that comes with tons of great benefits at p1fcu.org/free. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
As sheriff, I arrested rioters, rapists, and mass murderers. Locked up human traffickers who preyed on women and children. On my watch, everyone was accountable. Despite being the Attorney General for 12 years, Bob Ferguson does not take responsibility for the rapid increase in crime and homelessness, businesses moving out of state, and jobs lost. And he thinks he deserves a promotion?
Dave Reichert.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
It's Click It RV's lowest price guarantee sale going on now at your neighborhood Click It RV.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
With 0 down and no payments till October, now is the time to own your dream RV.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro?
Get never before deep discounts on trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Plus the best selection, highest trade-in values ever, and a lifetime warranty. Nobody beats the discounts at Click It RV.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
1 mile past the Y and Newport Highway.
I think this is my favorite. Okay, hun, what do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
4 News Now is brought to you by Windsor Plywood.
All right, we're following some breaking news out of Asotin County. The sheriff's office says a fire is burning in the Cougar Creek area south of Asotin. Level 3 evacuations, meaning get out now, are in place for anyone living in that area. They are also asking boaters to stay out of the area while crews replenish the water supply in the Snake River near Asotin. And we can see more fires pop up with the increased fire risk tomorrow because of our extreme heat.
On top of that, we're also talking about winds, and as we've known in previous fires in our area, winds are very dangerous. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker here now with a look at the wind speeds.
Well, right now, things are relatively calm around the region. Winds in general less than 10 miles per hour around the region. It is very, very dry. Relative humidity in the teens in many locations. Only 10% relative humidity in Lewiston right now, and it is hot. Temperatures in the 90s and triple digits in many locations have dropped into the 80s in Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry. Tomorrow is going to be another story. Hotter, drier, windier, and there's the threat for dry lightning. A fire weather warning for the area shaded in pink on your screen from 11 a.m. until midnight for dry lightning storms. That's when the storms create lightning, but the precipitation evaporates before it reaches the ground. And the erratic winds that those thunderstorms can cause, outflow boundary winds that are strong by the thunderstorm but can travel great distances and impact impact existing fires. We have a weather alert day for tomorrow because of that dry lightning for the entire region. And we also have a heat advisory for tomorrow. Actually goes all the way through Thursday for those triple-digit temperatures and temperatures in the 90s. It has been an extraordinary period of hot weather. So far, we have had 3 triple-digit days, including a 104-degree day, and there are 4 more forecast this week. Right now, the record number of triple-digit days in a year is 6. We're going to make a run at breaking that record this week with 7. That, of course, remains to be seen. Takes a lot to get to 100 degrees in Spokane, although it gets easier and easier all the time. And we are definitely, if we do not break this record, then something has happened that is worse, and that is that we've had so much smoke come in that our temperature is cooler than average. But our streak of 90-degree or higher days, the record is 15. We're at 12 right now. There are 7 days of 90-degree and higher temperatures in the 7-day forecast every day through the 7-day forecast, and perhaps beyond. Tomorrow's highs will be in the hundreds and 90s around the region. We're going to see this warming trend peak on Sunday at 105. Now, these are actually not record temperatures, a record streak of hot weather, but those temperatures are lower than the records. We are getting into the hottest time of the year where our records are quite high. Little bit of good news, starting to see signs of this heat wave tapering off a little bit. July 12th through July 30th, we're just in that sliver of the lightest orange. Well, we may still have some warm weather, but maybe not the excessive heat. I do have weather alert days for Saturday through Monday for those triple digits, 103, 105, 103 again. And of course, a weather alert day for dry thunderstorms on Wednesday. We will be holding our breath until those storms move out late tomorrow night. Kirsten?
A lot to watch. Thank you, Chris. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Trump assassination attempt. Will he need plastic surgery to repair his ear? Next, Inside Edition, reconstructing Trump's ear. What top plastic surgeons are saying today. Then, did the shooter have a fascination with the JFK assassination? What his former classmate is telling us. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Tonight at a special time.
Mystic-Qua Casino Hotel is revving up the fun in July. Play your favorite games to earn entries to win your share of $8,000 cash and a new 2024 Can-Am Commander Max XT. Learn more at MysticQua.com.
Welcome to the Drive Like a Pro League. Today we've got Kevin facing off against his Thursday commute. Let's see if he can bring that safety A game. He's off. He makes room for a cyclist, and he's already got pedestrians up ahead. He gets the stop. Incredible. Let's take another look at that. Kevin showing excellent technique. As soon as he approaches the crosswalk, he applies that inside brake pressure. The crowd can't believe it. Be like Kevin. Drive like a pro.
Lincoln County, gateway to Lake Roosevelt. Fish for more than 30 species in Lake Roosevelt year-round from shore or your boat. Houseboats are available for rent to create a family cruising experience. Visit the Inland Northwest Rail Museum just west of Reardon and take a train ride. Enjoy a rodeo, livestock show, carnival, and county fair every August. And every community hosts an annual parade and celebration. For a rundown of event dates and recreational opportunities, go to LakeRooseveltandmore.com.
It's time to seize your summer in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. Whether you're camping out in a new RAV4 or pulling a boat with a Toyota Tundra truck, nothing says summer better than a new Toyota. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan. So this summer, if you're looking for a new ride, stop by Findlay Downtown Toyota and we'll show you some more choices. I cracked myself up.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Mystic-Qua Casino Hotel is open.
Stay with us, relax and rejuvenate while taking advantage of our amazing amenities, including a restaurant and lounge open to the public daily starting at 3 p.m. north of Spokane on Highway 395.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Great Northwest Gathering Auto Show, July 19th through the 21st.
Well, we're out of time.
Yeah, I think 5 seconds left, so thanks for joining us. It was a good one.
I'm not excited.
Live